What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about my faults as a professional player on the Jordan Luka Free. If you're new to this channel, my name is Lucas. I'm a professional basketball player in the first league in Austria, so make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any professional performance reviews. With that being said, let's get back to the Luka Free. They retail for 130 euros or dollars. I got my pair from Kicks. You can find an affiliate link for 10% off in the description box down below, so make sure to check that out if you want to cop them. For the performance, the outsole has always been something that the Luka Free has been doing well. The Luka 1 and the 2 had a very reliable traction pattern and traction performance, and the Free continues in that trend. The outsole is changed up from the 2s, and it also performs a little bit differently because it struggles a lot on dusty courts. I think the durability for outsoles will be alright, but make sure to watch out for those translucent parts in the middle of the outsole. They will probably not hold up as well. And just by trying them on in my apartment, of course this is a first impression video, I haven't had time to wear them on court, they just arrived yesterday. They felt nice, and I didn't notice the dust pickup as much that some other reviewers have been talking about, but I do believe if you're on a really dusty court, it could be an issue, so just be prepared to wipe a lot if you're on dusty courts. For the cushioning setup, that's always been something I didn't like about the Luka line, and the Luka Free doesn't really change a lot. The foam of choice is Cushlon 3.0. And while the stepping comfort is actually pretty nice because the materials are soft and padded and the cushioning setup feels relatively nice, as I said, for stepping comfort. When I was walking around, when I was doing some quicker moves inside my apartment, I noticed that it was still relatively stiff, relatively low to the ground. And while I do like low to the ground setups, I still need a bit more impact protection and just a bit more comfort. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna like them on court as much. I like the design, I like into the direction they went there. I liked it also added some numerals here, also in Slovenian, and the 77 of course for Luka's number. And overall I like the look of the shoe, I like the marketing they did with it. We just have to see how the cushioning setup will really perform on court. Moving on to the support features, that's always been the standout feature in the Luka Doncic line. From the 1 and the 2, they were really one of the most supportive shoes on the market in their respective years, and the Free fits right in. We still have the isoplate that adds a lot of support. We have a heel corner, we've got a good lacing system. You can really tie them down very tightly. As I mentioned, the tongue and the materials are padded, so they won't cut into your feet or restrict blood flow. So overall support features are excellent, just like with the Luka 1 and the 2. And what I do have to say, with the 1s and the 2s, especially the 1s, the support was so good and the cushioning was so minimal that my feet would kind of hurt after playing with them. I hope that's not going to be the case with the Frees. It wasn't as much the case with the 2s after break-in, and just by walking around my apartment, wearing them a little bit while doing the dishes and stuff, it didn't feel that way. But as I said, we'll have to see how it will be on an actual basketball court. But my hope is that the Cushlon 3.0 will just add that extra bit of softness, of comfort that I need for the great support features to not make it a crazy stiff ride. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the materials. All synthetic, which I like. They're not very breathable. I think they're going to be a heat trap. So if your feet sweat a lot or if you care about breathability, this is not the pair for you. If you like comfort, if you like soft materials, no break-in needed, then this is definitely a pair you can go for, especially considering the relatively low retail price of 130 for a first signature shoe. If you compare it with Devin Booker's shoes, for example, the Book 1, they go from anywhere to 130 to 150 for a first signature shoe. So definitely a nice option, a nice pricey option as well from Jordan brand. The fit of the Luka Free is also a little bit more wide foot friendly than the Luka 2 in my opinion. You still have this little outrigger here on the side, the edge of the isoplate, which if you have a very wide midfoot like I sadly do, can hurt, especially in the break-in period. But the rest of the shoe, the toe box, is actually relatively wide foot friendly, so I think the fit should be okay for wide footers as well if you stay true to size, unless if you're like me and you have really wide feet, you need to size up on every pair anyways. Apart from that, that's all I have to say on the Jordan Luka Free. I think they could be a very solid option on court. We'll have to wait and see how they perform throughout the next couple of weeks when I'll drop my full performance review. So make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Comment your thoughts on this video and leave a like. It helps me out a lot and I'd really appreciate it. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. See you next time and have a good one.